Hey, what's up, guys? This is the music-loving Moshpit starting, spell casting, wrestling reviewing, a little bit insane in the membrane, the heavy metal hippie, and I am coming at you alone tonight. I think my tag team partner got stuck at work. I haven't heard from him all day, so Rob, if you hear this, you need to get in contact with me because now I'm actually a little concerned. But I'm going to be going at the 205 Live and NXT review tonight. Let's just go ahead and jump into it. So let's start off with 205 Live. We get a recap. At the beginning, we get a recap of the last 2 weeks for the 205 Live division, starting with Murphy becoming champion, followed by Mike and Maria Kanellis making their debut to 205 Live. We see the win against Aleister that Nice picked up last week. But tonight, in the main event, there will be a fatal five-way between the top stars on 205 Live, which will include Cedric Alexander, Tony Nese, TJP, Grand Metalik, and Lio Rush, the hometown boy from DC. But up first, we have Drew Gulak with Jack Gallagher versus Akira Tozawa. So in the beginning, we do get a nice back and forth between the duo. Tozawa stands tall after that back and forth. Sorry, just in camera. Tozawa runs the ropes into an octopus hold on Gulak. Gulak catches Tozawa into a backbreaker and fallaway slam. We see Gulak get into a submission, sticks his fingers in Tozawa's nose, does the bowling ball thing. I'm not going to do that because that's ugly. Gulak gets into a standing submission, but Tozawa manages to escape it. This allows Tozawa to get some offense on. Gulak hits a powerbomb, causing a near fall. A little bit later, we see Gulak get into a chokehold in the middle of the ring, and then starts to bite Akira Tozawa's ear. This is not CZW, as much as I actually did enjoy seeing that. We see Tozawa let out 3 kicks. He floors Gulak on the last kick, moves into a missile drop kick, and follows up with a Shining Wizard. Gulak rolls out of the ring. Tozawa then suicide dives Gulak and Gallagher. Tozawa goes to the top rope, but Gallagher knocks Tozawa off. This gives Tozawa the win by DQ, because Gallagher attacked Tozawa. Post-match, Gallagher and Gulak attack Tozawa. We see Brian Kendrick come out for the save. And it was odd because Tozawa and Kendrick don't have interaction with each other, and they even made a point of that after the match because Tozawa was kind of looking at him like, why are you out here? But overall, a decent match. It was a nice opening segment. After this, we see Drake Maverick with Tony Nese and Buddy Murphy. Basically, they state that, 205 Live is all about Nese and Murphy, the two best friends, and that the entire division needs to center around the two of them. After this, we get a quick promo from Mike and Maria Kanellis, basically just explaining why they're here on 205 Live and that they're going to be the new power couple, and that Mike is aiming for the Cruiserweight Championship. The last power couple we had, I don't even know if it was a power couple on 205 Live, but the last couple we had was Alicia Fox and Cedric Alexander. At least this is an actual couple. We get a quick promo card saying that next week it is going to be Mike Kanellis versus Lince Dorado, because when Kanellis made his debut, he attacked Lince. Only fair. After this, we get a Hideo Itami promo. Basically, he gives his entire promo in Japanese and then repeats it in English for those of us who can't understand it. He says you should have walked away. You should have shown me respect. In this last man standing match, I'm going to end your career. This is followed up by an amazing Mustafa Ali promo. I really like that they did the promo in the rain. It gave it a little bit more substance to it. It made it very enjoyable to watch. He says that Ali says that the two of them have been on this road for too long, and it's now time to change roads. And on this new road that they will be taking, there will be no twists, no turns, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. On this road, you will find no respect, only redemption. Again, this was a really cool promo. It's really cool to see the amazing stuff that the cruiserweights, especially Mustafa Ali, come up with based on their promos. After this, we move on into the main event, which is the Fatal 5-Way against TJP, Lince Dorado, Hometown Boy Lio Rush, Cedric Alexander, and Tony Nese. So in the beginning, we see Alexander and Nese in the ring, trading strikes. TJP and Metalik are ringside, trading strikes, and Lio Rush is just chilling ringside. Alexander sends Nese ringside, and this is where we see Lio Rush enter. Rush and Alexander chain into a stalemate. Rush baits Alexander ringside. Lio Rush baits Alexander ringside, and Alexander eats a clothesline from Tony Nese. At this point, we see Lio Rush and Grand Metalik in the ring. Metalik hits a frog splash and then a middle rope drop kick. Nese then sends Metalik ringside. We see Nese and Lio get into it. Lio Rush standing tall at the end of that. Who then floors Cedric Alexander and then rolls Metalik into the ring. We see TJP enter the ring. TJP gets a dueling single leg crab on Rush and Metalik. Then tries to rip off Metalik's mask. We see Nese go for a suplex on Lio Rush while TJP is trapped beneath Nese. And this allows Tony Nese to get a double pinfall attempt into a near fall, which Metalik breaks up. Nese stands tall at the end of this segment, though, taking out each competitor. After this, we see Nese and Metalik with Tony Nese in control. Tony Nese was in control for a lot of this match, and it's very surprising to see based on the winner, because typically whoever has the strongest showing in these Fatal 5-Ways is not the winner. But let's go ahead and get back into the action. We see Alexander break up pinfall attempt, only for Tony Nese to dump Alexander ringside. He then transitions back to Metalik and does the ab crunches in the corner while Metalik is in the Tree of Woe. We see Alexander roll up Tony Nese, and Nese then turns Alexander inside out. Metalik and Nese go at it. We see Alexander hiding underneath the ropes. Alexander breaks up a pinfall attempt, then we see Alexander and Metalik going at it while Nese is under the ropes. Alexander gains the advantage, switches his focus to Nese, disposes of TJP, and then punts Nese, hits the springboard flatliner into a near fall, which Lio Rush breaks up. After this, we see each competitor get licks at everybody. Everyone gets their signature moves off. We see near falls from Metalik. We see multiple near falls. Metalik gets fancy arm drag on Nese. Again, everybody gets more hits on each other. We see Alexander control the field at this point. TJP gets an opportunity and goes for Metalik's mask. We see Metalik suicide dive onto Alexander. TJP takes out Metalik. Rush takes out TJP. Nese then, with one hand, lifts and throws Rush into the rest of the competitors ringside. After this, we see Nese and Metalik trade blows. TJP puts Nese in the knee bar. Alexander saves that, only to be put into his own knee bar. Metalik saves the match. Metalik then moonsaults to TJP on ringside. Lio Rush kicks Nese through the middle rope. Alexander catches Rush and hits the lumbar check, only for Nese to roll up Alexander from behind, giving him the pinfall. Tony Nese wins this Fatal 5-Way. Cut to the back where Buddy Murphy has been watching the entire match and looks with a very good nod of approval. Let's go ahead and move into NXT because I don't have any fancy transitions. This NXT was advertised as a dual main event, which would be the War Raiders versus O'Reilly and Roderick Strong for the tag team championships, and then Bianca Belair versus Nikki Cross. To start the show off, we see the War Raiders versus Strong and O'Reilly for the tag team championships. We see Rowe and Strong start. Strong backs Rowe into the corner, which allows O'Reilly to tag in. Strong and O'Reilly then double team Rowe, only for Rowe to hit a double clothesline and drag O'Reilly into his corner, in which Hanson tags in. We see Strong distract Hanson, which allows O'Reilly to kick out Hanson's legs, locks in a guillotine, drags Hanson into the Undisputed Era's corner, giving Roderick Strong the tag. They double team Hanson, but he also gets a double clothesline, and Rowe tags in. At this point, Strong and O'Reilly are ringside. When they roll back in, O'Reilly pretends to be the legal man, only for the referee to catch that and force Strong back in. Actually, he catches that, but Strong attacks Rowe. After this, we see O'Reilly tag in, and Rowe slams O'Reilly. Hanson tags in, and they double team, sending Roderick Strong into Kyle O'Reilly. Rowe floors both O'Reilly and Strong. Roderick Strong hits the backbreaker. O'Reilly tags in and takes control. Roderick Strong tags in, and they double team Rowe. Rowe fights back, but Strong gets the cover, gets into the corner, causing O'Reilly to tag in. And I've already said that they've tagged him, but at this point they've tagged in multiple times, and they will tag in multiple more times until Rowe finally gets a slam on O'Reilly. This allows Hanson to tag in and Roderick Strong to tag in, into which the hot tag, being Hanson, dominates the match. We get a near fall, Rowe tags in, and we get beautiful double team work by the War Raiders. That very unique tag team offense that the War Raiders are known for. They get the double tag. Hanson tags in. At this point, we see Cole attempt to run interference, but Hanson disposes of Cole. Rowe tags in. Strong hits Hanson. O'Reilly hits a sneak attack on Rowe. Strong then hits the Olympic Slam. Rowe kicks out, though. O'Reilly tags in. Hanson saves Rowe from a submission, tags himself in. We see another amazing bout of offense from the War Raiders. But in the end, Bobby Fish has returned from injury and causes the DQ by hitting Rowe with the chair. The Undisputed Era then turns Rowe inside out, and we are left with a no disqualification finish. So I'm sure we'll see this at War Games. They'll start building it up for War Games, since we got our first real announcement for War Games in LA. After this, we get a Nikki Cross promo where she just constantly is repeating, I know. After this, we get a match between Britt Baker and Shayna Baszler. Rob reported on this a couple weeks ago, and I'm this is the match that put Baker on the shelf. So it was intended to be a squash match. It was a squash match. Baszler immediately starts targeting the arm. She hits that amazing, I can't even remember the name of the thing, but she hits that amazing arm destroyer. I'm going to call it the arm destroyer, the arm breaker, because it looks like Britt broke her arm. But basically, Britt can't continue after the move, is legitimately screaming in pain. We see Baszler get a quick cheap shot in after she's declared the winner. We move on. We get, after this, we get an Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch highlight package, and it is announced that their return is next. After a commercial, we get William Regal being asked about Nikki Cross and what that dilemma is. He says that Aleister Black will be back soon, but immediately after her match, he's going to have to talk to Nikki, because who knows what she knows. After this, we get Bing and Rocky, Tian Bing and Rocky versus Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch. Another, I don't want to call it a squash match, because Tian Bing and Rocky did get an entrance, and they were able to pull off some offense. But Lorcan and Bing start. The duo trade strikes and hold. This is where we see Bing gain the advantage. Rocky tags in, puts a full Nelson on Lorcan. Lorcan then hits the clothesline, tags in Burch. Burch takes out Rocky, then Bing, tags in Lorcan. They get a tandem DDT off, and Lorcan pins Rocky for the win. Just another way for them to really start to put themselves in for the tag team contention, I think, in my opinion. Moving on to the final match of the night and the second of our dual main event show. Nikki Cross versus Bianca Belair. So this is their second match. This was supposed to have they were hoping a definitive finish, but instead we don't get that. But let's get into the match before I get to the finish of the match, even though I really want to just go ahead and skip to that. We see the duo trade blows. Cross sends Belair into the steps. Belair turns the match around with a fallaway. The duo trades blows inside the ring before moving outside the ring, where Nikki Cross slams Belair into the stairs. Nikki Cross is able to keep the momentum up until Belair is able to turn the match around with a fallaway slam. That is what I meant to say. The ladies then exchange blows and kicks. We see Belair hit a standing moonsault into a near fall. Cross gets her forearms in. Belair lifts Nikki Cross into an elevated double chicken wing, only for Cross to roll into a near fall. We see Belair go to the top rope, but Cross knocks her off and into the tree of woe. We see boots to Belair's midsection. Nikki Cross gets a running bulldog off and then goes to the top for a crossbody into a near fall. Belair drops Cross with the forearm, and then spears Nikki Cross and tries to pin her 3 times, each time Nikki Cross kicking out. Belair hits a sit-out powerbomb, which she is now calling the Belair Bomb, which I'm assuming is going to be a finisher. But Cross kicks out. At this point, we see Belair start to get a little upset, a little emotional that she can't put Nikki Cross away. We see amazing back and forth between the two of them. Belair kicks out of a beautiful scorpion death drop. We see Cross to the top rope, only for Belair to whip her hair into Cross's midsection. At this point, Bianca Belair goes to the top, Cross meets her, and Cross hits a superplex from the middle rope. At this point, the lights go out, and Aleister Black's music hits. We hear it for just a couple seconds. When the lights come back up, he's in the middle of the ring in meditation position. Nikki starts, doing Nikki stuff, rolling across the ring. The crowd starts chanting, "Nikki's knows a secret." Aleister Black then beckons to Cross, demands for the answers that he looks for, to which Nikki Cross whispers something in his ear. We assume the attacker, and that makes Black snap. We get the fade to the black, end of the show. Hopefully next week we'll find out who the attacker for Aleister Black is. Again, I still think it's Johnny Gargano or potentially Cassius Ohno. Although I don't really think it's Cassius Ohno because he keeps talking about the shiny new toy. But thank you for sitting through this. I know I'm not the best at doing these alone. I do rely heavily on my tag team partner, Rob. Speaking of which, you can follow him on Twitter at RobsRandomRoms. I am the Heavy Metal Hippie. If you could please give us a like, subscribe, leave us a comment, hit the notification bell if you would like to see more of our episodes. If not, we'll see you all tomorrow for our news and rumors. Bye, guys!